Just statistically speaking, you're probably totally wrong about immigration. So according to new and frankly completely unsurprising polling carried out by More in Common, 67% or 2/3 of Brits believe that immigration is going up, when in fact immigration is not just going down, it's plummeting, it's cratering. And this isn't surprising for a lot of reasons, including the media continues to be obsessed with immigration, but also it is in the interests of at least two political parties to keep immigration high on the agenda, so they're going to keep talking about immigration regardless of what the numbers are. And bizarrely, because the government also, even though definitely the Labour government does not benefit from us all thinking immigration is super high and a really big problem, continues to act as if it is, and just today did a whole new press release about how they're cracking down even more on migrants again. So yeah, my normal spiel about the media being biased and politicians being idiots. So what have I got to say that's new? Well, actually, that people aren't as wrong as this headline makes it seem. Yes, immigration fell by 2/3 just in the last year. It had already started falling the year before that, and it's continuing to fall right now. However, when we talk about immigration, we're generally not talking about immigration as a whole. We're not talking about the students, the doctors, the nurses, the teachers, the construction workers, hospitality workers, care workers, etc., that make up the huge majority of immigration and whose numbers have fallen so dramatically. Health and social care workers is more than 80% reduction in arrivals. When we're talking about immigration, we're usually talking about what? Well, the small boats and the asylum seekers. And actually, that's where the nuance comes in here, because the number of small boat arrivals has gone up slightly this last year, and the number of asylum seekers claiming protection in the UK is as high as it has ever been. So when people say they think that immigration is still rising, the part of immigration that they focus on, they're actually not wrong. And this represents the doom loop, the total doom loop that all political parties seem to get themselves in when they get power. They see this easy prize. Okay, we can be really hostile towards immigration and people will love that, so we're going to do that. But they're only in control of one part of immigration. They're only in control of the immigration that comes on a visa to work, to study, to staff our care homes, and so on. So when you crack down on immigration, that's the only actual area where you have an impact. You can reduce the number of visas that you issue, and then there will be fewer people coming to the UK. But the people who are coming on small boats are coming in a desperate situation, not through any pathway that you have provided, and therefore not through any pathway that you can take away. So the people who are desperate and have nowhere else to go and are coming through these dangerous and irregular means, they're still coming, and nothing that the government has done, nothing that the last government did either, made any kind of difference to that whatsoever. Why? Because we live in a very dangerous world. You may have seen what's been going on in Iran lately. Iran is one of the top countries of origin for asylum seekers in the UK and has been for decades. As long as Iran remains very unsafe, people from Iran will need to seek safety around the world, and the UK will be one of the destinations where they do that. And none of the hostility that our governments promise us, or that figures like Nigel Farage promise us, is actually going to make a difference to that. People need to move, and the UK needs to be one of the places that can give them safety.